According to a 2020 study by Kuo Ji and Shenglong Chen at The Ohio State University, a staggering 70% of students struggle with procrastination. If you're anything like me, you're most likely doing your assignments the night before they're due. While this can be seen as problematic behavior for the average student, I tend to see my ability to effectively procrastinate as a superpower. Yes, you could always finish your assignments well before the due date and rest easy knowing that your work is done. But I ask you, where's the fun in that? There's no excitement, no thrill, and definitely no adrenaline rush from not coming in just under the wire and experiencing that oh-so-familiar last-minute panic. It is my intention to inform the average procrastinator how to take their dereliction of educational duty to the next level and become a true master of procrastination. A common misconception about the procrastinator is that we're simply lazy, or perhaps we just don't care about our education. I take personal offense at that assertion. The procrastinator is overwhelmingly concerned about their performance. Every waking moment is spent pondering how and when they'll tackle that pesky research paper, or in my case, informative speech. Perhaps this procrastination stems from the anxiety that a student feels when they are against a deadline. But I can personally guarantee that when a student learns how to effectively procrastinate, all of this anxiety can be used to one's advantage. So let's start with the basics. A student must know what is expected of them. You can't simply try your best and hope for a good grade. You must learn your professor. What do they expect of you? How much effort is required to remain in their good graces? A handy resource for this will be your syllabus. Now, actually reading the syllabus is a great place to start. Your next step is to apply the information. A good procrastinator will spend the first few weeks of the semester rigorously analyzing this very important document. Once this step is completed, and you know how to give your professor what they desire, then your procrastination can begin. The next step in effective procrastination is setting early deadlines so that you can blow right through them. This is mainly an exercise in self-deception. You see, if you tell yourself that you'll complete the project before it's due, and then proceed to not accomplish this task, you will begin to generate that precious resource known as last-minute panic. Last-minute panic is highly valuable to the procrastinator. It's what allows us to push off our duties until the very last moment and still get the job done effectively. In this stage of the process, you should begin thinking about all the ways you could handle the assignment. I call this passive brainstorming. Why should I dedicate a blocked out chunk of time into analyzing my assignment when I could simply do it while enjoying the frivolities of youth? After blowing straight through your self-imposed deadline, it's time to really consider the ramifications of your actions. Start by asking yourself questions like, why am I like this? And will I actually be able to get this done in time? A favorite question of mine is to calculate how much not doing this assignment will drop my grade. And after realizing I can't afford a 16-point deduction from my overall score, I come to terms with the fact that it must be done one way or another. While this step may seem useless, it's still very important. Asking yourself hard questions really begins to raise that anxiety, which is the life force and energy of the procrastinator. We now have come to the final step in effective procrastination. By this point, you should have already raised your anxiety levels to near heart attack proportions. It's time to harness that energy. You already know exactly what your professor expects of you, and you've spent the last 5 days passively brainstorming ideas. Now all you have to do is apply your manic level of energy and laser focus in one direction. According to the 2016 Entrepreneur article by Matt Orlick, 6 ways to use chronic procrastination to your advantage, you must use this energy boost to become laser focused on the task at hand. Ensure that you have no other distractions and get started. I typically brew myself a pot of double strength coffee and blare Metallica over the sound system, but feel free to do what makes you feel most productive. It's vital that you create a space in which you can get into the zone. Once you're in the zone, there's no getting out again until the assignment is done. Depending on the scale of your project, this could take between 3 and 12 hours. And there it is, my masterclass on how to become an effective procrastinator. While I maintain that my ability to procrastinate with success has been my key to thriving in school, I do not recommend this path if it can be avoided. If you have the ability to stay on task and finish your assignments before the deadline, by all means, please do. But seeing as how 70% of our nation's students cannot function this way, utilizing my tips and tricks for effective procrastination could be your ticket to a half-decent grade. Thank you.